Friends, family, fans, welcome back to episode 40 of Back 9 Bets with your boy Byron at the Model Maniac on Twitter. Welcome to the show. It's a little late. I'm a little running behind. It's been a day. So just putting it out there. And if the lighting sucks, this is what my USB cord looks like for my light. So when you have two dogs, you never know what you come back to. So apologies for the poor lighting. It is unavailable because the USB has been chewed off. So that is the state of affairs. In other news, the New York Jets are 5-2. We are falling like flies. Our best players are getting injured every game. It's about to go down. But we're repping the Jets stuff because we're Jets fans and we don't get to celebrate victories often. We won 4 games last year. We've won 5 already. So your boy's excited. I'm pumped. It's going to be a maniac episode. The model is in absolute shambles. I've tried to calibrate. There we go. I've tried to calibrate the model to overlap PGA stats with Korn Ferry stats. Doesn't work out as well as I thought. The Korn Ferry stats are way better than the PGA Tour stats, and they shouldn't be because we know that the Korn Ferry Tour players are not nearly as good as the PGA players. But I've tried to overlap them. I've watered them down by like 15%. We'll see what comes. We're going to just go maniac. I've got some good takes for DFS side. We're not going to bet too much with the weather. There's a freaking cyclone. Cyclone Lisa. If it turns into a cyclone, it's going to be called Lisa, and it's going to be going over the little tiny island of Bermuda. So that's what's going on in Bermuda. It's chaos. That's why we like DFS when it's chaotic. We don't want to go too crazy on the betting side of things because the books typically win those kinds of weeks in my experience. So let's get into it. I'm not even going to get into any of the stuff. I'm just going to pull up this model right away. I haven't even shared that, so it's taking me a few clicks to get there. Excuse my delays here, as always. There we go. We are in. And speaking of in, let me just get the Rotoballer promo out of the way, folks. Go check out rotoballer.com/radio. Get yourself 50% off over there. Use code MANIAC for another 10%. We've got all the optimizer tools. We've got all the DFS data you could find. We can get you all the Rotoballer articles that I'm writing, that Spencer's writing, that Joe's writing. We've got whole-by-whole breakdowns. So I'm throwing out a few premium articles now because I'm big stuff. Go check it out. Use rotoballer.com/radio to get yourself rotoballing like a boss today. I just realized the banner is missing. Let's throw this in here. Once I get this, it's all over the place. It is what it is. Sorry, boys and girls. It's been a day. So we are in episode 40. It is called Fear the Reaper because you know what that means, Brian. You know what that means. If this title indicates Doug Ghim, I'm right there with you this week. Let's go, my man. Apologies for being a little late. We are back on track. So the model, we've got our model rankings right over here. Thomas Dietrich is 35th. I don't know how. I don't know why. I've used, like his good drives gained is just, it's a stat that I'm relying on heavily this week to try and overlap these guys. It's just not making any sense. So we're just going to go maniac version. I put this up here so you can see their stats just for what it's worth. But we're going to kind of go just through this thing and just figure it out on our own. That's just the case. So Thomas Dietrich had a really bad final round of the Shriners, but has been phenomenal in 11 of his last 12 freaking rounds he's played. I think he's one of the best players out of all the guys at the top over here. They are very, very good. I'm just speaking out of my ass right now. They are not very, very good. This field is garbage. It's hot garbage, kind of like this podcast right now. But Thomas Dietrich, he is the best, I would say, in the best form, the best well-rounded player. Just everything about him is just screams like he should be the highest priced guy in the field, and I totally agree. He's going to be very popular, but I think Denny McCarthy is also going to be very popular. If I'm going for anyone into this week, it's going to be Dietrich at the top here, if not Mark Hubbard. Those two guys are the two guys I like at the top. Thomas Dietrich is just super well-rounded. I love his game, but going into this week, it's going to be carnage, folks. This golf course, we've seen what it can do. When the weather rears its head, It is chaotic. And there's wind, there's rain. People are hiding behind umbrellas, just getting pelted by rain. So the winds are going to be way up there. Keep an eye on the winds. I don't know if there's a wave advantage or anything, but to me, I feel like Dietrich coming from the European side of things, he can definitely get it done in that kind of conditions. Denny McCarthy, 10-4. His recent form's okay. He hasn't really shown anything spectacular since the John Deere Classic. The putter's gone cold over the last 12 rounds. We don't know what's going on with his putter. He's going back to a course that he's played very well. So we'll see what he can do there. He's probably going to be one of the highest owned guys in the field. If you tell me that I'm taking on a guy that's going to be the highest guy, I don't know what the marijuana regulations are in Bermuda, but Denny McCarthy is going to be the highest owned guy in DFS, and he's not even showing up with his best weapon firing on all cylinders right now. Yes, he's going back to his original, he's played well here, got a very good course history, but he's not playing his best. I don't think I want the highest owned guy in the field, the second most expensive dude in the field, if he's not giving me what he's giving me. Resorting to a baseline situation. We need guys that are playing good golf right now. That's all I'm thinking. I don't know. It's the golf course that I feel like you need to be playing good at the moment in order to go play well over there. It's going to be chaotic. Your game has to be in good shape. Seamus Powers. He is going to be very popular this week, I think, too. He's lost 20 strokes on approach in his last 18 rounds, folks. What on earth is that about? Seamus Powers has lost 20 strokes on approach in his last 18 rounds. Woo, that's bad. That is no bueno for Shamo. That's shameful, in fact. So he's lacking power. Just everything about him is just catastrophic right now. However, the model seems to love Seamus Powers, just like we typically do. We bet him for a top 30. Also, just fun fact, if you were following along with the bets last week, we had 3 top 20s and 3 top 30s. We went 0 for 6. We lost ourselves a casual 6 units betting placings last week. We got swept. Doesn't happen often. We've been trying to avoid it in the fall season. We get the big boys back at the CJ Cup thinking everything's going to be hunky-dory. Max Homer shows up with a broken back. Shane Lowry breaks his putter. And Ricky Fowler just never played good golf at all. Scott Stallings didn't show up. Seb Straka didn't show up. And there's some other guy that I can't even remember that played so badly I don't even remember his name. So it was a disaster last week, folks. It was not good. Seamus Powers was inside the top 30 the entire time we bet him. Going into Sunday, him and Shane Lowry both ejected out of the back seat. We lost those bets. We were looking good going into the Sunday. Sucked. Anyway, so Seamus, not going to get my love this week. I'm not going to bet on a guy that's going to a course that you have to hit your irons well. I know it's going to be windy, and I know you're not going to be like driving range swinging on the golf course, but you're definitely going to have to be in control of your game. So Seamus Power losing 20 strokes in the last 18 rounds does nothing for me. Aaron Rai. What did we write about Aaron Rai? Uninspiring recent play similar to Denny. Just nothing crazy going on over there. He's been negative strokes gain total over the last 24 rounds. His game has gone awry. That is what the Model Maniac left us notes for 2 nights ago when he was going through all of this stuff. Aaron Rai hasn't, $10,100. He's been losing strokes over the last 24 rounds. Yes, I know we got a crappy field, but don't you want guys that have been gaining strokes going into this week? So he's out. Fade him. Mark Hubbard, best form of the 10K guys. He's definitely been in the best form. Absolutely. I think his game suits his course very, very nicely. He went over to the Zozo and sucked ass over there. It was his 4th straight tournament, though. He had to fly all the way to Japan in order to play. So Mark Hubbard's tough. Model's got him ranked 2nd for whatever that's worth. Recent form has been phenomenal. Love to see that from him. Approach play, fantastic. His distance off the tee is going to get absolutely nullified at this venue. He plays medium courses quite well. As you can see, the distance is lacking, but the accuracy and good drives gained is very good. His scrambling is very good. We're going into the stats all of a sudden. I told you we weren't, but we are because he's a 2nd-ranked guy. There must be a reason for it. Justin Lower. So anyway, Mark Hubbard, absolutely going to smash him in DFS this week. I love him a lot, whatever that means. Mark Hubbard's our guy. But between him and Thomas Dietrich, I think those are the two guys we're going to be riding in the top here. Seamus has lost power. Aaron's game's gone awry. And Denny has lost the horse to the McCart knee. Wow, that was a push. But anyway, you get what I'm trying to say there. Moving on swiftly. Mark Hubbard, smash play. DFS 10K flat. I love him. Justin Lower, great recent form. Absolutely fire short game. This guy's short game is beautiful. And if it gets crazy out there with the weather, you're going to have to rely on a very good short game. He's also short off the tee, which is fine. Just like Hubby, that's all good. Got Hubby and Wifey over here, Justin Lower. They aren't the best off the tee with distance, but when it comes to accuracy and good drives gained, they're up there. They're better. So we like that from Justin Lower, and his short game's also been remarkably good of late. If you look at the around the green and the putting there, since the 2023 season has begun, he is absolutely firing. He's averaging 2 strokes around short game. So these are not strokes gained, these are power ratings. Excuse me, but you can see what I'm saying. It's very green in both departments. Love to see that. So yes, Justin Lower, love him a lot. Him and Mark Hubbard in this range. And then Nick Hardy. Gosh darn, this dude got me mildly aroused when I was looking at his stats. His last game do we get? Hottest approach play in the field by a long way. So I'm missing half a comment here, but what it's trying to tell us is Nick Hardy over the last 12 rounds has not lost a single stroke on approach in a single round. In fact, Nick Hardy in the last 12 rounds, his worst, and I repeat, his worst round on approach was gaining half a stroke. What on earth kind of sorcery striking of irons is that? He's easily coming into the field as the best approach player in the 2023 season. The guy has been sensational, scintillating, seductive. Every S word you can find, he has been that on approach. And it's been, how do you not play a guy that's easily the best in one of the most important categories in golf in a weak field like this? So Nick Hardy, 35-1 on DraftKings. It's still out there. There's like 20-1s everywhere else. DraftKings is hanging a nice juicy 35. Let's go to Nick Hardy for a party. It's going to be good. Wow. He is just playing some good golf with the irons right now. He's off the tee game, not the best, but this venue, you know, people only hit the fairways about half the time. So if he can just handle it nicely off the tee, get his short game kind of looking okay. It's a bit sketchy. Look, let's be honest here. The around the green and putting this season has been a little sketchy. The scrambling in general is a little sketchy. But man, you cannot leave a guy that's gaining his worst round in the last 12 rounds on approach is half a stroke gained. Are you freaking kidding me? So have to play him, have to bet him outright. The guy is hitting his irons far too good to leave him alone. Absolutely love ourselves some Nick Hardy. Patrick Rogers. Oh, that's what goes on here. Oh, holy approach stats. Last 12, yeah, there we go. So a hot dozen for Nick Hardy. So Patrick Rogers, this guy, short game, his average approach play has not been special either. 4th last year, going to ramp up the ownership because he played well here at the Bermuda last year. Fade. Patrick Rogers, to me, just is an eternal fade. He's always burned people. I don't know why. He's like a model darling, but just never gets it done for folks. S.H. Ghim, Sung Young Kim. This guy should be one of the favorites this week. He was the leading scrambler on the Corn Ferry Tour. He has been playing fantastic golf. I think he's coming into the week with probably the second, or where does he fit? Yeah. In the 2023 season, he, in this field, has the second best total strokes gained in the field. I mean, behind Justin Lower, he's right up there. So that's what we like about S.H. Ghim. The guy is a machine. He hits it a country mile off the tee, and he was the leading scrambler on the Corn Ferry Tour. So he's got those two things going for him. One thing we do have to watch out for him is the good drives gained for someone that is this good off the tee. Look at this driving distance and accuracy off the tee are both very good. So he's absolutely dominant off the tee. His scrambling is exceptional, but the good drives gained is a problem because the approach play. It's a major downfall for him. But every part of his game is also so very good. It's okay. You know, at this course, I think his length is going to be super, super important for him. I love him at $9,600. There's a few guys right in this upper 9K range, which I know are going to be very popular plays because nobody gives a crap about these guys at the top here compared to these guys. They're $1,000 cheaper. They've got way more better stats. Just look at the darkness of green in the strokes gain total column here, getting towards, you know, the bottom of this range. So we love the SH Ghim play. Absolutely love it. The short game is going to be there for him. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. Alex Smalley, ball striking very poor in 2023. Fade. Cool. Moving on. Grayson Sig, ball striking not good. Short game spiking after break. Fade. Blah, blah, blah. Steven Yeager, $9,300. Very good short game and gained 0.46 on approach in 10 of his 12 rounds. He averaged that. Then I don't even know what I'm reading here. I need to stop these stupid ass notes as well if I'm not going to pay attention to them. But what I'm trying to get at you is the fact that he has lost 10 strokes in 4 of his 12 rounds that he's played this year. And then in 12 of the 16 he's played in, he's gained 19. So he's had one bad, there we go. It's coming back to me. I did this late one night. He is so very, very good that he's gained freaking, what? He's gained 19 strokes in 12 rounds of golf, but then he's lost 10 in 4 of them. And it's been 1 round per tournament that he's done this. So Steven Yeager, to me, seems like a perfect candidate for showdown because he's always got that one massive blow-up round in the middle of the tournament that just takes him out of the placings, could land up having him miss the cut. Who the heck knows? But he's played 12 rounds. So he is playing good golf. He's made a lot of cuts, and he's got a very, very good short game. He's one of the best scramblers in the field too. And we've seen how good he can be when he's playing good golf. He's got that one bad round that we just got to try and avoid. So if you're liking some Steven Yeager in your life, throw a Yeager bomb into some showdown lineups, along with like a Robbie Shelton, who's a very good first round type bet, and a Sam Ryder. You know, just get all those first round guys in there. That's a play for Steven Yeager. He's going to have one big blow up round. It might be in the round 1. Hopefully, then we can jump on him for like an outright because we're going very light on the outright market. Try to get Russell Knox for an outright. 45-1 is no longer available. It's like every single golfer in this field is like 30-1, which is impossible to bet on. The odds are crap, so we're trying to like wiggle our way through the odds boards. But man, he's played well. T11, T16, T12 here. He's so very suited for this golf course. He's a cheaper, safer, chalky play. He had an atrocious time in Japan, so hopefully people are off him for that. But we're going to go to Russell Knox at $9,200. Love him here too. Love his course history. Love how his game suits this venue. And in 2023, he's been striking the crap out of his irons as well. So the off the tee stuff is due to a lack of distance. That's not going to be a problem here. He's going to be hyper accurate, hitting out of the fairway all the time. Give us some Russell, Knox him close. Let's go. I was trying to find an outright on him. The odds are just too crap, so we're going to play a bunch of Russell Knox in DFS. Robbie Shelton, course history. In the one event he's played here, he lost 11.5 strokes. Woohoo, that's bad. But anyway, we don't give a crap about that. I think it was like 3 years ago. He's probably still going through puberty. But it is what it is. He's $9,100. He's our outright. He's 55-1 on Bet Rivers. Go to the enhanced odds over there. 55-1. Everywhere else, he's like 30. So Bet Rivers is hanging a juicy one on Robbie. And we're going to shake and bake with Ricky Bobby Robbie Shelton. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a great ride. The course history, obviously, we've said is terrible, but I don't even think that's going to be a concern. Look at this recent form coming into the event. Where does he land up in the rankings here. I should put these in freaking ranking order, not power rankings. He's 6th in the field, folks, when it comes to recent form. So Robbie Shelton, 55-1. Hello. Robbie Shelton's biggest issue on all the other courses, the reason he's 64th, the good drives gained. Very crappy. But when you look at his putting, he was one of the best putters on the Corn Ferry Tour. He's very, 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 very accurate, and he's got decent distance. But man, he can putt. And that is also what we're looking for at this course. If you can't hit your irons well, you got to be able to do something very, very good in other departments. And he can putt lights out. So rock and roll with Robbie Shelton. 55-1 on Bet Rivers. Go check yourself one of those things at the enhanced odds. He's played 12 rounds. The approach play is looking sharp. The around the green stuff is looking good. Everything is looking real fancy for Robbie Shelton, apart from off the tee. And I think that's mainly got to do with distance. I don't know if I trust this 0.6 share as much as I want to, but I have been watching him and like par fives. He'll hit like 3 woods off of a par 5 for some weird reason. So hopefully he changes his mind when he goes to Bermuda and kicks some ass. Adam Long, we're now in the 8K range. Why are we missing people? Wow, look at this organized podcast here, folks. Woo, baby. Adrian, we just skipped a whole Adrian Magyar. So we'll jump up to him quickly. He's going to be kind of, I don't know. He's an interesting character because Magyar is from Europe. And what he does well, if you go and check his stats, the approach play is perennially negative. But he's a very good putter and he hits it a country mile. I don't know how much distance helps at this course. We've seen Taylor Pendrith up there, but also Taylor Pendrith is just good at golf. Doesn't necessarily mean that, he's very good with his wedges, where Magyar, I don't know. He's from Europe. We don't have any stats on the guy. Welcome to the Bermuda Triangle where stats go to die. Like nobody has got any good stats that we can figure out over here. So he's super, super consistent. He's at a top 5 in 24% of his starts on the European tour. So if you do like an Adrian Magyar and you got access to ownership projections, check him out. I think if he's under-owned, man, 24% of his starts were T5s, folks. That is very impressive. So we've got all sorts of stuff going on here. Adrian Magyar, Ernie else, my big lion, loves him too. Apologies for that. So let's get ourselves all the way back to where we were. We're going to go to Adam Long, who we're going to fade. Ball striking is an issue. Putter gained 12 strokes in 3 rounds at the 40 and Sanderson. So everything about his recent performances have been on the flat stick. Don't think I can trust that, especially with the ball striking being that big of a problem. I don't think he's typically been that good of a putter. So, yeah, I mean, he's just a normal putter. I don't think he's going to be gaining 12 strokes in 3 rounds again. So, fading Adam Long. Nick Taylor is 70-1 on Caesars. Love the ball striking. The recent ball striking out of the break. The craziest thing about these guys is they finish the PGA Tour season, they do the playoffs, all that stuff. And then you can see we was grinding during the off season. This dude has come back and absolutely scintillated. Just look at all of this. Across the board, apart from putting, Nick Taylor has been gaining in. On approach, he's been gaining very nicely. Around the greens, he's so freaking solid. The putter, bit of a letdown right now. That's okay. He's off the tee stuff typically. He's also very average, but guess what? He's gaining this year. So we love to see that from Nick Taylor. He's grinding his ass off. He's playing some good golf. Let's see what he can get up to. The scrambling for him is very nice. It's up there. So we like to see that from Nick Taylor. And yeah, the miscut he's had a T6 and a T16 and a miscut this season. The miscut was because of the putter. So that's what causing the putter to be negative on the season so far. Everything else about Nick Taylor is looking prime, folks, and he's 70-1 out there on Caesars. So I'm going to grab him. I've placed like 4 out of the 5 bets I've made. He hasn't been one of them, but we're going to go grab him at 70-1. Caesars Sportsbook. Adam Schenk, T12, T16, the last 2 starts. One of them was in Japan. We don't even know what the hell the stats were going on about, but his greening regulations, his driving accuracy was crap. So it must have been all short game that he was absolutely crushing. So I like Adam Schenk, but I think he's going to be quite popular this week. I like Nick Taylor a bit more. That recent out of the break stuff. You never know if he's still going up. He could easily be getting better as we go. We got a T12 and a T16 for Adam Shank. We got the T6 and the T16 for Nick Taylor, which I absolutely love. So let's go with Nick Taylor instead of Adam Shank. I think we should get a good ownership trade-off over there. The ball striking beast is Will Gordon. He has been fantastic too. Look at this. Woo, baby. The ball striking has been good for Mr. William. Let's see what the ball striking total is for him. So, yeah, if we go to Will Gordon, holy cow, check this. 2.45 there for his ball striking combination. One of the best in the field outside of Nick Hardy and Aaron Rye, Aaron Rye. Yeah. So why did I fade Aaron Rye? I don't know why. It's just, we just did it, even though he's leading the field in ball striking entering the week. It is what it is. Uninspiring performances with good ball striking. We want guys that are playing well. I don't know. So Will Gordon's a nice guy you want to go to, but I think he's also going to be quite popular. Then we're going to keep cruising down here. Benny On, good short game, misses a bunch of greens. We don't know if distance helps that much at this venue. Brandon Wu. Woo, boy. Woo. Minus 12.86 strokes lost on approach in the last 10. He has come out of the break. This is what you call a couch potato player. He was playing fantastic going into the playoffs and before the break. Comes out of the break. Over his last 10 rounds, he's lost 13 strokes on approach. What the hell's going on there? Who knows? Austin Eckroat, Team No Putt, faded $8,300. This guy's putting has been disastrous. So he just never putts well. We got to fade, guys. We can't play everybody in this range. Callum Tarrant, DQ'd here last year. Fun fact, he got DQ'd at this venue. I don't know what the reason was. Should have checked it out. But, man, he's got good distance off the tee. And he's around the green game since the break has been disgusting. Check at Callum. Look at this. It's a harsh red negative 2.04 that he has. Brian, you always get me laughing. Can't wait to lose money on EVR this week. Didn't even know he was playing. No, bro. We are not playing EVR. I'm going to get to him here shortly. Negative 2.04 for Callum Tarrant around the greens. The guys around the green play has been disastrous. We're going to Bermuda where there's wind and rain. You're going to be having to scramble your ass off. I don't like the fact that he can't. I don't know. I don't like Callum Tarrant here. Michael Gligic, fade, couch potato. That means he's doing the same thing as Brandon Wu. Came out of the break, not playing anywhere near how he has prior to the break. So what is Michael Gligic doing? We don't know. He doesn't know, but he's playing bad golf. Eric van Rooyen, recent form has been ass. Fade. There we go, Brian. There's your EVR danger zone warning. Do not play EVR this week. I think in the last 7 events he's played in, his best finish has been a T61. What are we doing playing EVR, bro? No. Don't play EVR. There's other guys you should rather play. Kind of like Cameron Percy, who's going to be very, very popular, but for very good cause. Loves Cam's game for this course, limited recent events, which is interesting. He's only played like 4 events since July, but all of them, I mean, if you look at his stuff, it's very good. So we also want to play the guy that ratted out our boy Cam. He was the guy that broke the news that Cam Smith was going to live. We're going to play this. Who was the guy that ratted out Jesus? We're going to play this dude. So anyway, David Cam, whatever you want to call him, he's going to be in our player pool for sure. This guy's $7,900. So he's playing such good golf. But also check the ownership. He's arguably one of the highest owned guys there is. And then we get to the no comment zone. We're just going to come up with them on the fly. Doug Ghim is a complete maniac play. I just posted the little beautiful Twitter screenshot, folks. I have to just show you this. This has been, it's a beautiful piece of work, this. I tell you what. Let me grab it for you quickly. Look at this. I mean, isn't this just beautiful? It's absolutely stunning. This is like my favorite Photoshop I've done of someone. And this is going to be the cover photo of the thumbnail of this thing. I don't know how we're going to make it the thumbnail. We're going to have to probably like double it up. But Doug Ghim Reaper, this dude finished T6 at the Players, which was a windy, rainy, kind of shorter golf course, absolutely love Doug Ghim at this kind of a track. I think he's a short course specialist. He doesn't hit it very far off the tee. What's his distance situation look like? Yeah. So, yeah, he's negative in distance, not good. His accuracy and good drives gains are both very nice. And then recently, he hasn't been playing so hot this year, but he's been at different courses that might not suit his game. I just got a feeling about Doug Ghim. And also, I wanted to put a badass logo graphic out there. So, Doug Ghim, 80-1 on Caesar Sportsbook. It's best number out there. Go grab a Caesar Sportsbook, 80-1 Doug Ghim ticket, the Ghim Reaper. Everything about his game. Look at this, like typically a very good scrambler. Typically a very good, get it on the green, get it on the fairway, hit the greens, hit the fairways, and see if you can make the putts. If we get onto these greens that he fancies, I think he finished T14 here last year. Why not go back to him? Let's rock and roll with Doug Ghim, $7,800, 80-1 to win the goddamn golf tournament. Sam Ryder has been playing crazy good golf in round 1 and round 2 of the season. He's played 10 rounds, which means he's missed a cut somewhere. But if you look at his recent performances, they are so very good early on. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he just forgets that he's playing in a golf tournament and just fizzles away. So Sam Ryder is going to be a first-round leader bet. I don't even know what the odds are for that. Whatever they are, we're going to go grab them because I think they're like 67-1, 66-1. So go grab a Sam Ryder first-round leader. He's going to be in the pool with, who did we say we're going to put in the first round over here? Steven Yeager. The Yeager bomb with Sam Ryder. So that's going to be a fun pairing. Also, we're going to throw Doug Ghim in that first round leader showdown lineup, which I really want to enjoy. I think those are going to be some seriously good plays over there. Sam Ryder's got that up and down stuff that he just is very good for 1 or 2 rounds and then just absolutely craps the bed for the others. So I don't like him from a week-long perspective, but I sure do smark him when it comes to showdown. Then, Chesson Hadley, if I remember correctly, his approach play, it's been his game. I think Chesson Hadley does really, really good stuff when it comes to crunch time to get his tour card back. Early in the season, I don't know if he's motivated enough. I think he's just chilling out, going to Bermuda, having a good time. We'll see what he gets up to. I'm out on Chesson Hadley. Zechong Do, Marty Do, one of my favorite guys. Guy looks like he's an Asian Peter Malnati. He's got the bucket hats with the shades. The guy looks like he's come out of the Caddyshack movie. The dogs have barked on several. They've barked on Adrian Magyar and Zecheng Do. So we might have to do a barking lineup for some dogs. But Marty Do, we like him a lot. And then I'm going to just kind of start scooting down the board here till we get to guys that I really like. Ryan Armour, absolutely love his game for this golf course. Lacks immense distance off the tee, but absolutely crushes it when it comes to shorter golf courses. This guy's game is set up for Bermuda. The course history here is good. Tyler Duncan also recent form has been very, very bad. But when it comes to these shorter tracks like this, I don't know. There's something, I've got a fly in my room. It's like freezing cold outside. We've got one fly in the house. What is going on over here? Tyler Duncan, love him for a course like this. The recent form has been disgusting, but the course history is not bad. So I like Tyler Duncan as a sneaky play. And then a not so sneaky play is going to be Kevin Yu, who, when we go to the ball striking for the season, he is so far ahead of everybody else, including Nick Hardy. Cody Gribble is second, right behind Kevin Yu, but he's only played 4 rounds this year. Nick Hardy's played 12. Kevin Yu's played 10. Kevin Yu is just, woo, my word, ball striking clinic right now. Putter has been atrocious. So that's what you're getting from Kevin Yu. You're getting a ball striking factory drizzled with atrocities on the green. What are we going to do with Kevin Yu? He's going to be quite popular. I mean, how can a guy that's been striking the ball this well recently in a field like this not be popular at $7,300? So if you're going to play Kevin Yu, you got to back him all the way. Do you want to back a guy who's going to be going into a course when you throw all this wind out there, folks? you're going to need a good short game. And man, his putting and around the green combination is not ideal. So we'll see what Kevin gets up to. I'm not entirely sure I like him here at this venue. I think he's going to be quite popular. We got a ball striking beast, Nick Hardy. We're taking our chances on him already. But yeah, I don't know about Kevin, guys. Don't know about Kevin. So we'll see what he gets up to. Keep an eye on the ownership, but I like him as a player. I'm not entirely sure how we're going to approach him. He could be very high owned. I mean, with ball striking numbers like that, I wouldn't be surprised. So that's what's going on there. Bryce Garnett doesn't have his golf clubs currently in Bermuda. They play golf tomorrow. So that's going on for him. We're going to keep scrolling down the board here until we get to our friend Austin Cook. And Austin Cook is $7,100. And he's missed all 3 cuts of the season so far. But guess how many strokes he's lost in 6 rounds that involved missing all 3 cuts. He has lost only negative 0.38 strokes on the season and missed all 3 cuts. He gained strokes in one of the events and still missed the cut. So this guy's been on the precipice of success. He missed the cut at this event last time he played here. But he's playing good golf. The approach play is perfect right there. The putting is garbage, but the around the green game is very good. And I think I'm okay taking on a crappy putter when he's $7,100 and nobody's going to own him versus a Kevin Yu who's going to be very high owned and still can't putt. But he's also not nearly in the same stratosphere as the other guys. His distance off the tee, ass. Not good. Accuracy and good drives gained, very, very good. Scrambling, very, very good. Around the greens, very, very good. Bogey avoidance, good. So he's got all the stuff that we're looking for from a guy that could find himself playing in a monsoon. And Austin Cook is going to be one of our favorite plays down at the $7,100 range. We're going to plant our flag there. And we're going to also, plant our flag on a Luke Donald and a Brian Stewart, who I really much like this week too. Luke Donald, the only thing he really does badly is off the tee. He lacks distance and accuracy. For a guy that hits it as short as he does, he sure misses his fair share of fairways, which is not ideal. But that's okay. We know what Luke is very good at, and it is approach play. And we know approach play is king. We know there's some long par 3s out here. We know that the distance off the tee isn't that big of a deal at this course. He's also played well here. He made the cut last year, and I think he was even in the crappy wave. So if he was in the right wave, who knows what he would have got up to. So I love Luke Donald at this course. There's not a many golf courses that you can play Luke Donald at. And he's the Ryder Cup captain for Europe. So he's going to be vibing. We've seen what Zach Johnson can get up to every now and then. I think Luke's going to be looking to perform. He plays well here before. His putter is very good. His around the green game is very good, and his irons are very good. And off the tee, he lacks distance and accuracy, which isn't that important at this venue. So I love a Luke Donald at 7K. Brian Stewart as well. Distance off the tee, massive, 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 massive. He's shorter than Luke Donald, and that is saying something. Like Luke Donald is like Hasbulla short, but Brian Stewart is like Hasbulla while he's had too many drinks short. So that's what's going on with Brian Stewart, but man, he's way more accurate than Luke. So look at the good drives gained. Look at the driving accuracy for Brian Stewart. It's one of the best in the field, So that's what you love to see from Ryan Armour and Brian Stewart. They're the 2 most accurate drivers of the golf ball. Love to see that from them. Scrambling as well. Very good scrambler is Mr. Brian Stewart. Love to see that from him. So at 7K for Brian Stewart, we're going to go to him at this venue. Who else? Aaron Badley, $6,900, just made Monday queued to get into this event, I believe, or something like that. So he's Monday qualifying, which means he's playing good golf. And he's also playing good golf. In the 4 rounds that he's played this year, he's gaining strokes entering the week. And it's mainly been off the tee, but he's also positive across the board, which is very nice to see. So Aaron Badley is going to be a guy we go to down in this range if we're looking for a $6,900 dart throw. Then one or two other guys I really want to get through here before we jump off the stream is Philip Knowles, Corn Ferry Tour guy, $6,800, and his driving accuracy and good drives gained is fantasticals. We love to see that from Philip Knowles. He's $6,800. He's played in 8 events, played in eight rounds, so far, which means he's either missed 2 cuts and made one, or he's only played in 2 events and finished very well. So we'll see what he gets up to. He must be missing a few cuts if he's losing strokes entering the week, but I like Philip's game for this venue. You know, the lack of distance off the tee is still average, but he's a Corn Ferry Tour guy. He does well in the par 5s. He's a very good putter typically. You'll see what he can get up to in a Corn Ferry type event environment. A few more dudes scooting down over here. We've got Kevin Roy is one of my favorite golfers to bet on. I don't know why. He's my Corn Ferry Tour darling. He led the Corn Ferry Tour in par 5 scoring. If you take a look over here at his statistics, his par 5 scoring for Mr. Kevin Roy is like one of the best in the field. And that's a translation from Corn Ferry Tour to the PGA. So it's probably not as good on the PGA side of things. And I have been tracking it. And guess what? He's been sucking on the par 5s. So he needs to get that together. There's 3 of them on this course. He can take advantage of them. And I really like Kevin's game. He's been letting me down. So it's time for, look at this. His putting has been atrocious. So hopefully he can get the putter fixed, but he's $6,600 in a field like this. Now, if there's another guy that you want to go to, it's Nicholas Lindheim. He's also $6,600. And Nicholas Lindheim is one of the most accurate players in the field as well. His distance is dead average, and he avoids bogeys like a beast. So he's just going to be plodding his way along this golf course, folks. It's going to be very boring golf from him. He's $6,600. He's just one of those guys you're looking to try and sneak in through the cut. I love what his game offers here. I love it. You know, he's played in 2 events and he's missed the cut both times, but they were the Shriners and the Sandersons. He's going to go to a shorter golf course now that requires a lot more scrambling, hopefully a lot more grinding out good scores. I think that's Nicholas Lindheim's MO. So we're going to go to him at $6,600. So that's, I think, it for me as we look down the board here. Yeah, I am not messing with any of these guys less than $6,600. That's going to be it. And then we're going to just take a quick peek at our outrights here. So Brian Gay is 200 to 1 on DraftKings. I think it's down to 150 now. That's what's cooking over there. Nick Hardy, we said 35 to 1 on Bet Rivers. Robbie Shelton is 55 to 1 on Bet Rivers. Nick Hardy is 35 to 1, I think, on DraftKings. Doug Ghim is 80 to 1 on 80 to 1 on Caesars. And then we got Nick Taylor at 70 to 1 on Caesars. So those are our outrights. For some reason, I want Steven Yeager in here, but I think we discussed that his accuracy, his consistency is ass. So we're going to skip him for an outright. We're going to roll with him in Showdown DFS a lot more. So yes, that is what's cooking over here. Sorry for the poor lighting. You can see the sun started setting as I was going down. But that's it for us on Back 9 Bets, presented by Rotoballer. Go to rotoballer.com/radio. Go sign up right there, folks. We got all the good stuff for you. Please use code MANIAC for another 10% off. Get 50% off just for going to this /radio part of the thing. And get yourself a full season. I think it's like $50 or $60 for the whole year. So you'll get all of that nonsense. Use code MANIAC. Get yourself another 10% off there. Rotoballer.com. Start rotoballing like a boss, folks. And that's it. We're going to have a good one. I'm going to also take a few seconds quickly. I've kind of gone through this one real quick, and it's been a weird time for me today and recently. I haven't mentioned this or anything, but I recently lost one of my most important people in my life. It was my uncle, and he was a big, big part of getting my whole podcast situation going. So I've been just grinding through all of this stuff, and it's just been rough. So I didn't even want to get on the podcast today because I wasn't feeling it, but I did it because I wanted to do it for him, and I know he would be appreciating the fact that I was out doing this. But yeah, it's been rough, and I just want people to know out there that it's okay to feel a little crappy sometimes, and just know that there are people out there to help and really be there for you. I really want to thank all my friends that have been there for me through all of this. It's been really rough. And just be a good person. You never know who someone like me could be going through. You never know why I'm being a weirdo. So just always love people. You know, the world we live in, and on Twitter, people can be real nasty and stuff. So just be nice to people on there. And just, it's just a plea for me to you to just be better and be friendlier and be nicer to people, because you never know what you being nice to someone on any given moment can do for them. And it's just a thing I want to get across there, because there have been moments in the last few weeks where just some random gesture of kindness has really, really, really helped lift my spirits and get through this all. And the funny thing is, I'm a Jets fan because of him. And then he leaves this earth, and all of a sudden the Jets go 5-2. So I'm sorry, Uncle Gary, you never got to see the Jets have a good season recently, but they're kicking ass now, and it's been good. So that's what's going on here, folks. I didn't mean to get all Debbie Downer at the end here, but it's been weighing on my heart, and I wasn't even planning on mentioning this. But we got on the pod. We managed to crank it out. We managed to get it done, and we got through it, man. So that's what's going on over here. And back 9 bets was a good one. We got ourselves some winners. We are being good, positive people that are spreading the beautiful happiness around the world. And I want you all to do the same, please. So until next week, we'll catch you guys soon.